Fun fact, Lucy often used her own experiences with domestic life as inspiration for her comedic routines and television shows. In I Love Lucy, many of the show's iconic scenes revolve around Lucy's humorous struggles with household chores, such as cooking, cleaning, and attempting to manage her home. Lucy's comedic approach to housework resonated with many viewers, as it reflected the challenges and absurdities of domestic life that women faced at the time. Her ability to find humor in these situations not only entertained audiences, but also helped to redefine the portrayal of women and housework in popular culture.
It's the Lucy Show, starring Lucille Ball. Co-starring Vivian Vance.
So sorry you ladies have to leave. But please believe me, if there's ever anything that Mrs. Bagley and I can do for the Danfield Art Society, we are certainly at your service.
Thank you, Mrs. Carmichael, for a lovely luncheon.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
It was the most enjoyable luncheon.
Was it really? Thank you.
I can't remember enjoying a luncheon more.
Oh, thank you.
I enjoyed every minute.
Did you really? Goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. And I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Oh, they didn't enjoy it at all. I bet they thought it was a lousy luncheon.
Oh, come on now, Lucy. We did the very best we could. I'm sure we made a good impression on them.
Well, I certainly hope so, because if we ever expect to become members of that art society, they are the women that have the final say.
Oh, if we don't get to be members, it won't be a big tragedy.
Well, Viv, this is the best club in town.
I am not going to knock myself out to try to get to be a member of a club composed entirely of women. Now then, if we were trying to get into the YMCA, that'd be something different.
Oh, Viv. Well, I don't see how they couldn't have liked the luncheon after all the trouble we went to. And even if they didn't like it, they certainly realize how hard we worked to please them.
Oh, they'd never realize how hard we worked. You know, every one of those 4 women has a full-time maid.
That's right. Oh, boy, what a way to live. You know, I've always thought that was the greatest luxury a woman could have, a full-time maid.
I'd rather have a full-time maid than a full-time husband.
Hey, you know something, Viv? Those women have such prominent backgrounds.
Yeah, and they all get a chance to sit on them.
Hey, do you know something?
What?
We could have a maid if we cut down on our expenses.
Yeah, we could give up the luxuries like bread.
No, Viv. No, I mean it. And not only would we impress the women from the art society, but we'd be able to save money, too.
Save money? Now, how do you get that?
Well, if we had a maid, we wouldn't have to get up in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Now, we could sleep right through breakfast. That'd be a saving right there. And if we really wanted to save, we could sleep right through lunch.
Well, I'd have to sleep right through lunch, because if I didn't get breakfast, I'd be too weak to get out of bed.
Figure out how much we save by doing that. Oh, and another thing. If we didn't go to the movies, we'd save right there, and we'd save money on all the popcorn and candy and junk that you eat there. Let's see, now, that would be $4, about $3 for all of that stuff. 13, that's $15 we save right there.
Well, that certainly isn't enough to hire a maid.
No. Well, let's see now. Where can we get some more money? Come in.
Oh, greetings, ladies.
Hi, Mr. Mooney.
I just dropped by with your trust fund report.
Mr. Mooney, just before you came in, I said to myself, Lucy, wouldn't this be an opportune time for Mr. Mooney to drop by?
Mrs. Carmichael, for what foolish reason do you want money now?
She wants to hire a maid.
such a sense of humor. Oh. Now, what did you want the money for?
She just told you, for a maid.
That is the most ridiculous, extravagant idea you have ever come up with.
Mr. Mooney, having a maid is not an extravagance. It is a necessity when we entertain.
My dear Mrs. Carmichael, my wife entertains a great deal because I am the president of the bank. She very often gives dinners for 20 or 30 people, but she wouldn't dream of asking me for a maid.
Well, who does the cooking? Who washes the dishes?
I do. A maid! A maid! You want them?
Well, goodbye, Mr. Mooney. Goodbye, maid. Goodbye, Art Society.
Oh, no, I'm not giving up that easily. We've got a $15 start. Look in the want ads and see how much a maid costs.
Oh, all right. Here's one. Experienced maid, capable housekeeper and cook, excellent references, formerly employed by a state senator.
State senator?
Yeah, state senator. Salary, $40 a week.
Oh, no.
Well, now that was fun. What do we play now?
Dear. Here's one. Experienced maid, single, refined, well-educated, nice appearance, hard worker, good cook, excellent references, own transportation, salary $25 a week.
Let me see that.
Right there.
That's help wanted, not job wanted. Somebody wants to hire all of that for $25 a week.
Oh. $25, that's it.
That's what?
Well, we've got a $15 start. Now, if I took that job for $25, we could hire the $40 maid for ourselves.
You're going to stand there and tell me that you would go out and work as a maid in order to have a maid?
Yes. Certainly. A lot of women who have maids go to business, and it's none of my maid's business what business I'm in.
Question 1. Why do Lucy and Viv decide they need a maid? 1. They are too busy with work. 2. To impress the Danfield Art Society. 3. To get the house really clean. Question 1. Why do Lucy and Viv decide they need a maid? 1. They are too busy with work. 2. To impress the Danfield Art Society. 3. To get the house really clean. The answer: they want to impress the members of the Danfield Art Society.
Now, what about your background? Have you ever been employed by prominent, well-known people?
Oh, yes, ma'am. My last employer was Miss Bagley, Vivian Bagley.
Vivian Bagley?
The Vivian Bagley.
I never heard of such a name. I assume she's to be found in the social register?
Well, I know she signed up, but I don't think she'll get her Social Security until she's 62.
I'm referring to her cultural background.
Oh, well, I think you'll be able to tell by her letter of recommendation how cultured she is.
No, you may read it.
Oh, yes, ma'am. To whom it may concern. Dear whom?
Dear what?
No, whom? What would be incorrect? Yes, ma'am. I hereby certify that Miss Carmichael is an excellent maid. She is also a person of excellent character, besides being an excellent worker and an excellent cook. I am sure that the to whom that this letter may concern will enjoy her excellency. Yours truly, Vivian Bagley.
Sounds commendable.
Yeah, doesn't it? P.S. Miss Carmichael is not only a wonderful employee, but she is a joy to have around, with her ready smile and the ring of her girlish laughter. I'm sure that if the dustpan and the broom could speak, they too would say...
That's enough. You can consider see you're self-employed.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Stop dancing on my time.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what did you say your name was?
Well, my name is Lucille, but my friends call me Lucy.
Oh, then I shall call you Hilda.
Hilda?
Yes. Hilda was with me for 12 years, and it's easier for you to get used to Hilda than for me to remember Lucille.
Oh, yes, I understand. It's like they say, you can't teach an old... I love the name Hilda. I don't know why anybody ever called me Lucy anyway.
Come over here, and I'll show you where we keep our maintenance supplies.
Yes,
I had Hilda before she left to get in enough for the week.
Uh-oh. All that for 1 week?
Yes. Now, down there is the wax for the silver polish, etc. Now, on here are jars of naphtha.
Naphtha?
For dry cleaning the drapes.
Oh.
And, oh dear, I don't know what she keeps in those bottles.
Maybe it's plasma. It's sort of the same color and everything.
And we can do without the ring of your girlish laughter. Now, for a start, you can fix me a little breakfast.
Oh, all right, ma'am. What would you like?
Now, let me see. All I want is a small minute steak.
Yes, ma'am. I'm very good at steaks. Where do you keep the steaks?
Right in there.
Yes, ma'am. 1 minute steak coming right up. All right, Ferdinand, hop in. Oh, listen.
Yeah?
Take these out to the trash can for me, will you?
Our detective stories?
I don't want a maid who worked for a senator to know that we just read Mickey Spillane. Now, I brought the kids' encyclopedias down here, and I thought it would be nice if we left one open on the table. Oh, Viv, here she is. Viv.
Huh?
Viv, she's here. Put that away. Put this away, too. Throw it in there. Viv, do I look all right?
Oh, you look fine.
Are you sure? Straighten that table. Just a minute then. That's gonna keep it from...
I have an appointment for an interview.
Yes, won't you come in, please?
Carmichael?
Oh, no, I'm Mrs. Carmichael, but you can call me Lucy. This is Mrs. Bagley. You may call her Viv.
And I'm Miss Putnam, and you can call me Miss Putnam.
Well, won't you sit down, Miss Putnam? Won't you sit down over here where we read the encyclopedia quite a bit?
Oh, well, can we get on with the interview?
Oh, well, now that I've seen you, Miss Putnam, I don't really think an interview is necessary.
I always insist on an interview.
Oh, well, in that case...
The first thing I'd like to know, is there a television set in the kitchen?
Well, there can be.
As soon as we carry it in from the living room.
Color? Well, it's sort of a light beige walnut. I don't think the children will mind watching it out there, do you?
Children?
Yes, 2 boys and a girl, but they're in school most of the day.
As a matter of fact, the boys are in school after school.
That's right. The girl is no trouble at all. You know how neat and orderly girls are.
I know they name hurricanes after them.
Well, now, believe me, Miss Putnam, our children will be no problem. When they get through playing with their toys, those toys are put away. And when they take off their clothes, those clothes are hung up.
How do you manage that?
I pick up after them.
Well, a family of 5 sounds like an awful lot of cooking.
Well, Viv and I won't be eating breakfast.
Oh, no, I'll say we won't.
And all the kids have is a little bowl of cereal and a small glass of milk.
How about lunch?
Oh, the kids get their lunch at school.
I meant my lunch.
Oh, well, I'll be glad to fix it for you. We always have something in the refrigerator.
Leftovers?
No, you can have beforehands.
Beforehands?
Yeah. Whatever we're going to have for dinner, you can have first crack at for lunch.
Oh, well, that's fine. I'll be here tomorrow about lunchtime.
Lunchtime?
Yes, by the time I pack and take care of my business at the bank and keep my beauty shop appointment, it'll be about noon.
Oh, well, noon will be fine. Miss Putnam, I can't tell you how happy I am to be getting someone like you.
I know.
You can get up off your knees now.
Oh, Viv, I just wanted to make a good impression.
Well, I think you made a good impression. Oh, by the way, what good hot beforehand do you intend to serve her for lunch tomorrow?
How about you making one of your delicious steak and kidney pies?
Now, Lucy, you know we haven't had any steak in this house for 2 months, and I'm sure we're fresh out of kidneys. Besides, I have an appointment with the dentist tomorrow noon.
Oh, darn it. Now, wait a minute. I know what I'll do. I'll rush out on my lunch hour and bring Miss Putnam a hot lunch from the delicatessen. How about that?
Do you mean to tell me that you're going to leave here at 6 o'clock in the morning and go and work for Miss Van Vleck and then take off on your lunch hour and go and buy a good hot lunch for a maid that's not going to show up here till noon?
Yes, I'll do that if it'll help us keep a maid.
Well, I'll tell you what you do. Be smart enough to get enough food for 2 so you can eat with her.
Eat with Miss Putnam?
Yes.
Oh, I wouldn't be able to do that.
Why not?
Oh, I don't think she'd let me.
Question 2. What job does Lucy take to afford a maid? 1. Mayor. 2. She becomes a maid. 3. Fighter pilot. Question 2. What job does Lucy take to afford a maid? 1. Mayor. 2. She becomes a maid. 3. Fighter pilot. The answer, she becomes a maid to afford a maid.
Hello, Miss Putnam.
Oh, hello.
Here's your lunch. Nice hot chicken.
Broiled?
Roasted.
Oh, well, that'll do.
Did I get any calls?
Yes, there were a few, but every time I said, I'm Mrs. Carmichael's maid, they said, sorry, wrong number, and hung up.
Oh. Pardon me, Miss Putnam. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. Excuse me. Miss Putnam,
Yes?
your lunch is served.
Would you keep it warm till I finish the dress?
Oh, well, I'll be glad to finish it for you. It's a shame to let this get cold.
Oh, thank you.
There we are. Hello? Miss Putnam? Oh, well, will you please give me your name and in case she wants to call you back? Gladys Wentworth?
Oh, I'll take that.
Oh, Miss Putnam will take it.
Hello, Gladys? Huh? Oh, that's the lady I work for.
Good morning.
Viv, what are you doing here?
I live here, remember?
What about your dentist appointment?
Oh, I canceled that. I decided to just enjoy myself.
What? It's gone down 3 points? Oh, my broker. I'll take it in the living room. That's private.
Hey, Viv, I'm awful glad that you're well rested.
Why?
Well, because you've got to help me tonight.
Help you?
Yes, Mrs. Van Vleck is having a dinner party, and I'm too exhausted to handle it myself.
Why don't you take Princess Grace with you?
And have her find out that I'm working as a maid? I should say not. Now, you've got to help me.
I don't got to do anything. You're the one who wanted the maid.
But you're the one that's been enjoying her.
Lucille, you made your bed. Now you'll just have to lie in it.
Now, listen, it's a king-size bed, and you're going to get in there with me. Now, come on, Viv. Come on, you've got to help.
All right.
How you coming with the antipasto, Viv?
It's almost ready.
Ooh, your consomme is great. I'll never forget you for this.
I'll never forget you for this either, girl.
Oh, now, Viv, I never would have been able to prepare all this stuff that Mrs. Van Vleck wanted if you hadn't helped me. Antipasto, shish kebab. Hey, do you know something? We've got practically an international dinner here. Where did you ever learn so much about cooking?
I was married to a glutton.
Hilda!
Oh, I'm sorry. I still keep thinking I'm Lucy. This is my friend, Mrs. Van Vleck, who's helping me.
Oh, that's very nice of you. Now, is everything about ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, good, because my guests have already arrived.
Oh.
And I do so want this dinner to be a success. You know, these are the ladies from the Danfield Arts Society.
Yes, ma'am. Vivian, what are we going to do?
I don't know about you, but I'm breaking out of here.
Oh, no, Viv. Viv, I need you here.
Now, listen, if they see us serving their dinner, they'll never let us in that society.
Viv, I've got to keep this job. Now, please, you've got to help me.
Oh, come on now.
Now, wait a minute. Let me think. I think I've got an idea.
Oh, don't have another idea.
No,
don't
please.
have another idea.
Now, listen, maybe we can disguise ourselves in some way.
What do we do? Hide under the antipasto?
No, listen. Now, this is sort of an international dinner. Maybe we could disguise ourselves to represent the country that each course comes from.
That's the craziest thing you've ever thought of.
No, it isn't, Viv. Now, listen. Now, look. I put on my babushka. I put on my shawl. And I'll get right in there with this. And serve the borscht.
That isn't borscht, that's consommé.
Borscht. Wish me luck.
Da. Da, da.
Da 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 How did it go? I'm not sure.
Hilda!
Ah, what? Oh, I'm sorry.
What's the meaning of this?
Well, you see, Mrs. Van Vleck, you are entertaining the Art Society, and everyone knows that art is international.
Well, what's that got to do with it?
Well, we thought we'd sort of give the whole dinner an international flavor.
Yes, we thought if we created the atmosphere of each country, it would be more interesting, you know?
Oh, how clever. Oh, what a very clever idea.
I'm glad you like it.
Oh, Hilda, you forgot to bring in the bread.
Oh, the bread, yes, ma'am. In a minute, ma'am. French bread.
French bread.
French bread.
French.
All right, now listen.
Yeah?
Give me that black pillow back there.
The black pillow?
Yeah.
Huh?
And give me a pair of scissors.
A pair of toot sweet.
And listen, what is the next course?
Let's see.
Antipasto.
Antipasto.
All right, you get an Italian chef's outfit on.
Where am I going to get an Italian chef's outfit?
Right in there. There's all kinds of uniforms in that closet in there.
How I disguise my face?
Here. Make yourself a mustache. Right here. Come on, bring me up.
Oh, now, where's that girl with the bread?
Frère Jacques, dormez-vous, dormez-vous, la 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 la.
It's my maid's own idea. You know, a Russian costume for the borscht and French for the French bread.
How terribly clever your servants are.
Oh, and they're so capable in the kitchen. Wait till you see the wonderful tray of antipasto they prepared.
Oh, salami, oh, salami, oh, the food is here, oh, pasta fazoula, oh, so,
So, what's the matter with you, lady?
the wine?
Oh, the wine she's a be along and a one them in moto. Oh, salami. Oh, so.
In a little Spanish town, 'twas on a night like this. La da dee da 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 da. I love a buddy da 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 dee da da dee do. Da dee da da dee da dee da da dee do.
This is the most interesting way to serve a dinner.
And I can't wait to see how they serve the shish kebab. You know, the baked Alaska.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride one horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Mrs. Carmichael!
And Mrs. Bagley.
Oh, how clever of you to arrange all this to surprise our art room.
Yes, wasn't it? I'm so glad we decided to have you for members.
You mean we're members?
You mean that we're members?
We're
You
accepted?
decided to have us members?
Oh, what can we do to help?
Please, relax. We love your enthusiasm, but we don't want to rush you.
Russia.
Russia.
La, 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 la.
Question 3. What happens at the dinner party? 1. They wear disguises to not be recognized. 2. They burn the food. 3. They break things. Question 3. What happens at the dinner party? 1. They wear disguises to not be recognized. 2. They burn the food. 3. They break things. The answer: Lucy and Viv disguise themselves in various costumes to avoid being recognized.